Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hey Ocarina. Today we're going to be doing something a little different, and it's kind of, I guess, testing the waters a little bit, just in terms of what I've done before. I'm going to be taking a look at a original Xbox game for a change. This is Kakuto Chojin, which is a fighting game for the original Xbox. Came out in 2002. Sort of a controversial game, I guess, if you want to call it that, because it's my understanding that it had a sample basically from like a sound sampling CD or something like that included I think a religious chant of some kind. So basically what ended up happening was they basically pulled it from store shelves. But I don't know, I think it's a pretty cool fighting game, all things considered. It was I guess I don't know if you want to call it launch title or launch window game, but it had a tech demo for the original Xbox that actually, was kind of before they had fleshed everything out as far as what the game would become, that showed off some of the lighting and stuff like that. I'm not great at this game, as you'll see later on, but I don't know, I think it's a cool game. It's kind of a shame that they decided to use something in the soundtrack that would have been sort of controversial, but what's funny, or not funny to note, but just something to note, is that they actually use the musical cue, or whatever you want to call it, in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time in the Fire Temple. It's a, religious chant that they basically used to, kind of have background flavor in the temple. But, obviously people are going to get a little pissed about that, but, that's just how it goes. And I mean, regardless of, that chant being the reason that they shelved this game. This game didn't sell all that well before that anyways, just because it's kind of well, yeah, I guess it's probably fair to say that this is just a mediocre, like, Dead or Alive kind of game, where you have one button being, well, hang on, I actually, all I've really been doing this whole time is punches, so to make sure what I say is accurate. So yeah, A is your kicks, B is your, I guess, punches, and let's see, well, yeah, okay, X and A are kicks, so A is like low kicks, X is medium to, yeah, medium kicks, I guess, and then, ooh, and then Y and B are your punches, I think low and high. But, it's a pretty simple fighting mechanic. It's more just, the combinations you do in addition to that as far as the D-pad goes, but I just really like the aesthetic of this game. I think it looks pretty cool, and the characters are kind of dark and gritty looking, I guess, but yeah, we're just gonna keep going here. Like, see that dude? That's fucking nuts. And the lighting looks really good too. Like, that all goes back into that the origin of this game being a sort of lighting demo, I guess, but, one thing I do think is funny, though, I don't remember if it, well, maybe it's not this game, but there's a fighting game from around this generation that didn't actually show you the combo list, and, like, whenever you go to the settings, it just has a thing that says go to the whatever website. Like, it may have even been this game, I don't know, I may play around with some of the menus and stuff in a little bit, or switch characters, but just because Assad is cool, but I don't know, I kind of want to play as some of the other characters because this is the one I generally play as. As you can tell, I'm not very good at doing combos or anything like that. I don't know, fighting games have just never really been my thing. I just really like this one aesthetically. Yeah, for as far as capturing video goes, I actually bought a PC capture card, so that way I could plug the original Xbox directly into my PC, whereas the other capture card I had was like an external USB one, and the latency was not not great whenever I wanted to do something like this. One thing I will say though is getting the aspect ratio correct is kind of a pain in OBS, and I'm still not even sure if I actually got it right or not, so leave in the comments if you think it's a little too stretched for 4x3, because that's the aspect ratio this game plays in, unfortunately. But ooh. One thing I do like about this game is that the music doesn't actually start playing until someone's landed a hit. That's just kind of a neat, I don't know, sort of thing to do, but... yeah, so see, it's like ambient music right now. And then once you actually land a hit, the actual stage music, I guess, if you want to call it that, starts playing. Yeah, I'm really excited to get to, because right now I'm using the pound HDMI cable for the original Xbox, and the output is not, I don't know, well, it's not bad by any means, but I'm actually going to at some point get the there's like a mod kit you can get for the original Xbox that lets you natively, well, I mean natively in quotes, it's really just taking the component video source and instead of having it have to run through analog outputs, it just taps the digital signal directly. So I mean, it would still be a 480p signal, but instead of having to go through you know, a whatever you want to call a analog to digital converter, you just have straight digital. So the picture would be a little cleaner. But I don't know, that's something that I had pre-ordered last year, but unfortunately the Xbox that I want to mod, it is a 1.6 Xbox, which is the last revision of the console, but they actually had issues with the mod kits for it, so unfortunately I was unable to get it as soon as I would have liked, but you know, that's just how things go with mods, I guess. But you gotta fight, is this a Bruce Lee knockoff type of deal? Ooh. See, I always like the fighting games where you can just spam attacks and generally do pretty decently, at least in the story mode or whatever you want to call it, but
Round one. Fight.
I will say though, with story modes and fighting games, I eventually hit a brick wall pretty much every time, just in terms of what I'm able to, or you know, how far I'm able to get in the game, as it were. So eventually I'm gonna get my ass handed to me, but until then, I'll just play with my boy Assad here.
Round two. Fight.
I want to know how to do like a cool move. So right now I'm just limited to the basic stuff, although that could just be because there's like different, I guess, modes of play or whatever you want to call it. Like there's like different styles that you play as, basically. Ooh, I'm probably gonna lose. Ah, barely straggled through that one. Jeez. But I did it.
Don't you dare touch me.
Round one. Fight.
Oh shit. He hits like a truck. Jesus. Might help if I dodge, though. Alright. Barely scraped by with that. Let's see if this is that brick wall I was talking about. Nope, apparently not.
Fuera de mi camino.
Round one. Fight.
All right. Yeah, what I was saying earlier as far as there being different, like, I guess styles or whatever is, near each character's health bar, there's a thing that says Kakuto, and then, I believe the other option is Chojin, haha, because that's the name, but, it's just, I think one of them is, like, the, I guess, advanced thing as far as the moves go. Oh, shit, I didn't know you could ring out. Holy shit. Cool. Okay. I'll take it. Alright, Assad. You're doing pretty well. Let's not fuck up.
Ready.
Round one. Fight.
Ooh, oh. Oh, shit. Damn, dude. Yeah, I think this is that brick wall I was talking about. So yeah, we'll see. I'm probably gonna get my ass handed to me again, but... Damn, he dodges fucking everything, dude. It's ridiculous. Oh! Alright. No way I'm gonna be able to pull this one out of my butts. Because he dodges like every attack. It's fucking nuts. Yeah, this is not gonna go well. Damn. I mean, that was really badass, but not for me. I really like the sparks flying off of it, though. That's a pretty badass effect. No, I didn't want to continue. Oops. Nah, I'ma leave. Take me to the menu. But, yeah, I really like, though, you know, back in this generation, they would have little demos that you could do, like, especially for Shenmue 2. It's like, damn, dude, that's awesome. Don't really care about NFL Fever, but, Quantum Redshift, that's another one that I'll probably do a Let's Play of at some point, but it's funny that they would even have basically, like, I don't know, commercials for Xbox Live, and, I'm not going to play it at risk of it being, like, copyrighted or something like that, but, they were just always funny because they had, like, a guy, you know, like a, well, maybe I'll show it and I'll just lower the audio or something, but if it's anything like the ones I'm thinking of, then they had a, yeah, okay, it's this guy, yeah, he's, like, doing an interview and he's talking about playing on Xbox Live with his friends and stuff, and it's just, like, a quintessential 2000s dude with, like, his hair kind of gelled and stuff, and he's got his fucking headset there. It's just funny, though. Like, I really have a lot of nostalgia for ads and stuff from this time period, and he's got his little, like, gamer room there, with his ridiculous PC from the 2000s with the big old CRT monitor, but I don't know, it's just sort of a, I don't know, with his fucking Taco Bell cup. It's like, geez, dude. Yeah, it's just quintessentially, you know, Xbox of the time, just sort of a cool thing, but then you got other stuff like, you know, the other video previews, I guess. You got Fable and everyone's favorite Blinks, the Time Sweeper, but yeah, I really miss having demos on discs. That was just sort of a cool thing, you know, but they don't really do that anymore. Excuse me. Yeah, let's play a different character here. We're gonna go to options and see. See, I was on easy and I got my butt handed to me. Let's see. Can't change any of that. So let's see. High, medium, low is all on B? That seems sort of surprising. I want to see if I can show y'all the, No, I can't show you. Oh, where are the...
Kakuto Chojin.
I don't know where those, because it wasn't in options. So where is the...
Single player.
Maybe if I go to practice, I'll be able to show y'all. Yeah, I'm just doing this just to see if I can show y'all that. Because it may not have been this game. In fact, I may even need to look in the manual, because maybe that's where it was, but... Let's see... Counterattack... Oh! They do show you a command list, okay. What game am I thinking of, then? Because I know there is a game that does that. Like, they're just like, oh, go to the website. Although, I guess this isn't really a... Well, yeah, this isn't really a combo list, as it were. That's just odd. Let me look in the manual, because that could be where it was. No, they do have them in the manual. Cool. Not that I'm going to be able to actually do them, because the only game I'm ever able to do combos in is, like, Shenmue, and that's not really a fighting game, as it were, but... Do I want to play as Shadow? I think he's pretty badass looking. And again, I think Type 1 and Type 2 is the difference between the easy and difficult one. So yeah, Type 1 is Kakuto. So yeah, we're going to see... Obviously, the story is going to be the same because it's a fighting game. Oh, no, never mind. We're starting with him instead.
Round one. Fight.
I guess, though, each fighter has different moves mapped to each face button, because, like, B for Assad was a punch combo, whereas B for this guy, he was doing his nice little poses there. Whereas B for Shadow here is a, like, high kick type deal. Again, I just really like this stage, though, with, like, all the sparks flying and stuff. It's pretty dope. Yeah, let's read this dude's background story. So this is Shadow. His fighting style is ninjutsu. Origin unknown, age unknown, weight unknown, height unknown. And his little biography is, rumors about Shadow are wild and contradictory, with not much truly known by the public. Some say he's a result of a genetic experiment, and others think he's a cyborg. But we know the truth. Shadow is a faceless, heartless, merciless force in any combat, a personal favorite of mine, since he has the highest body count of any of our Maldania fighters. I don't know what Maldania is, but says he excels at killing, something we continue to encourage. The fans love him. Yeah, and I don't know, I'll have to read what the actual story is. It's probably just some type of tournament thing in the future, you know, where they have all these crazy fighters from around the world and stuff, but still think he has a dope design, though. If not a little eccentric, but, yeah, I don't know, it's cool.
Round two. Fight.
Yeah, this is, of all, like, there's a couple original Xbox games I would really like to come to Xbox backwards compatibility, just because I think they would really shine being playable in a native higher resolution. And this is one of them, just because I think its tech demo roots would really benefit from, you know, just being played in a higher resolution, but because you got your boy there doing cool poses. Don't you want to see that in 4K? Hey, don't crush me. We could be buds, dude. Yeah, I kind of miss weird sort of, I guess not experimental, but games sort of like this in the Xbox's library that were just kind of, I don't know, not weird, because this isn't really all that strange. It's just pretty par for the course for a fighting game, but I don't know, where they just tried different things and got different studios to, you know, maybe just do different stuff than, I don't know, because nowadays you kind of just expect, you know, a new Halo or a new Gears, a new Forza, that type of deal. But I really liked when they kind of branched out with the studios that they would work with. And even as far as the, like all the demos on this disc, they were all for, I guess, Xbox Game Studios games, which means just games that they had published. You know, so it would just be cool to kind of do that type of stuff again, you know. And I get why they don't anymore, because you just want really big, I guess, AAA sort of games. But I don't know. I just miss I miss stuff like this, you know.
Round one. Fight.
Oh yeah, okay, this is the song that got the game banned. Or by banned, I think maybe they just had to do a reprint or something, but I'll stop talking so you can hear it.
Round two. Fight.
Alright, I think y'all have heard enough of that, but yeah, I think they did a reprint that took it out, but then eventually they just shelved it entirely, type of deal. But yeah, it's a like a prayer chant, basically, that's for some reason ended up on a music sample CD, and so different developers and maybe even in movies and stuff would use that as a you know, a thing in whatever songs they made. But probably not the most sensitive thing to do, but you know, that's just how the times were.
Round one. Fight.
And of course, as with any fighting game from this time, and you know, just any, well, really any Japanese fighting game in general, even today, you're gonna have ridiculous boob jiggle physics, you know, because that's just how people are, I guess. Never mind the fact that that's not how those work, but
Round two. Fight.
yeah, I don't know. At some point, I'd like to do a, I don't know, another Let's Play of this game with some of the guys, just because I think that would be fun. I'm probably going to end playing with Shadow here and switch over to a different character, just so I can show y'all a little bit more of each character, as it were. But just in terms of what they look like when they're being played by a noob. But yeah, I'll do like a round each with them and then probably end the video there, because we've been going for about a half hour with me just sort of babbling over Kakuto Chojin gameplay. But yeah, you got your boy Saber here. Oh, that was a cool attack. Yeah, I really I do like how their power attacks at least make you feel cool if you land it correctly. You know, and you don't really need to do a combo per se, but I don't really care for the heavier characters in terms of, like, I don't know, just how slow they are. I prefer, like, I really like the Sod, and Shadow is cool as well, but we'll see how the other characters play just as we go. Oh. Nice poses. Alright. And we'll end that and switch over to a different character.
Cut to the story.
Alright, we'll play as knockoff Bruce Lee, I guess, if that's who he's really trying to emulate. I don't really know. You again.
Fight.
Ramirez. His whatever you want to call it, like back and forth stances that he's doing, a little silly, but what do I know?
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, I don't know. Another one of the, I guess, fighting games I'd like to check out on the channel from the original Xbox is Tao Fang Fist of the Lotus. That's another one, you know, that was an Xbox exclusive. I actually think it had people who worked on Mortal Kombat work on it. I don't remember who. It says specifically on the box, but we're going to end this and switch over to a different character. Yeah, I don't remember who it was. It was one of the developers from that game, but yeah, we'll play as her. Gotta fight your boy Assad again. All right.
Round 2. Fight.
One thing I am surprised about is I'm using OBS as the screen itself, and I don't know, I was just expecting the latency to be pretty bad as far as the you know, the input lag when you press a button and it actually happening on screen, but it's surprisingly like not noticeable, which I wouldn't really expect, just because my only experience with OBS is having to have a window open in the background to play the game, and or like to have the game recording basically. That's cool. Alternate costume for Shadow there, but we're gonna go back and choose a different character. This dude is crazy looking. Alright, and I'm sure he's gonna be a heavy character, but
Round 1. Fight.
yep, sure enough. Damn, he hits like a truck though, holy shit. And he a thick boy.
Round 2. Fight.
He also makes really weird fucking noises whenever he hits, like jeez. Oh wow. Not only did she not dodge that, but my guy completely missed. What the hell? Alright, we're switching characters though. Hang on.
Cut to the story.
Alright, so we're gonna play as Vigard here.
Round one. Fight.
Oh wow, this is like a really fast character. Okay. See, I like this one. Hey, nice. Granted, I am on easy, but still. I just like how fast his kicks are.
Round two. Fight.
Oh, that was dope. But sorry, Vegard, we're gonna have to switch. Even though you're pretty cool.
Round one.
Time to switch.
Kakuto story.
Alright, so we'll play as Roxy here. At this point, though, you've probably seen a little bit of each character. Like, I don't think there's any that I've missed, just in terms of, See, they're talking about the Maladinia again, and I have no idea what that is exactly. Once I'm on the menu, I might pop into the instruction manual and check it out, but... yeah, she's fast, too. Like, I really like when they can just kind of keep moves going, even if they don't have a lot of, I guess, power behind them, you know? Yeah, like, that's just dope.
Round two. Fight.
Ooh. Because, like, even her power move doesn't hit with that much force. I had done it a second ago, but... yeah, we'll only play as one more character, and then we'll probably call that after this, and then I'll look at the manual and tell you all a bit about what the story is. Although I probably should have done that at the beginning, but, you know, that's neither here nor there, I guess. But, yeah, let's switch to... let's see, who do we want to end with? We will end with... we did Shadow. Let's end with JD Stone here.
Round one. Fight.
Yeah, and again, JD Stone seems like a character who... slow movement, not really my thing, but he hits like a fucking truck. It's nuts. Yeah, like, that was crazy.
Round two. Fight.
Although those punches were pretty fast, all things considered. I guess it's just more like the movement back and forth is kind of slow. Alright. So let me open the manual up and I can tell y'all a little bit about the story. So yeah, it says, let's see. Well, no, that's just like a thing of notes. So I don't know what the story is. Maybe I'll have to see if it's on the back of the box. Let's see. Yeah, it's just an underground tournament, basically. So nothing too exciting as far as that goes, but yeah, we'll end it with this round and then just call it at that. But you know, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, if you subscribe, it'd really help me if you hit that bell button as well. That way you'll get notifications and stuff. Check out our Twitter as well. It's at Ocarina Hey. So just switch the two around if you want to check us out on Twitter. I don't really post all that often there, and I'm not going to flood your notifications or your timeline with a bunch of, I don't know, political tweets or anything like that, because I don't know, I don't really use social media in that way. But anyways, guys, I plan on doing more of these original Xbox Let's Plays in the future, so thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.